Hello, lovely family and friends, and warm welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well by God's grace. So I'm so well by the same grace, right? So today I want to show you how to make fufu without pounding. Chilli, how to make fufu pan. This fufu, the way another fufu, the fufu was lighting. Just say the fufu was lighting up, and I said lightening up. Just enough fufu no, so it was lightening up. Let's go and I'll show you how. The same authentic ingredients we use for fufu, and that is your cassava and plantain, right? So when we make fufu, usually the plantain is less than the cassava. That's normally how we do it. Some people don't even add plantain. Some people add more plantain than cassava. That is my great-grandmother. But then usually it is more cassava, right? So someone once asked me, how do you make fufu in the UK as you are there? So like, is it knit fufu? Hey, when the person said that, the way the thing angered me, knit fufu saying, nah, they, you can pay me this fufu pan in kita, and now fufu ne mekwanga, and now what? Knit fufu, no, that one won't work. We need proper fufu. So stay with me, and I'll show you how you can make this. You can make it back home in Ghana, or you can make it like if you're in the diaspora, Charlie, all done, you are good to go. So yeah, you just peel the cassava, remove the strings in the middle, and then you're going to chop it because we're going to be blending this, right? There are two ways of making it today. I'm just showing you just one way. And to me, this is the easiest way. The other way where you boil the plantain and cassava before blending. That one, it can be very cumbersome. It can be very sticky. So it's easier when you do it this way. So this is the reverse of how we make fufu. Fufu, we boil or we cook the plantain and the cassava and then we pound. But this, we are going to blend or put everything together. And then we do what? We boil. But we ain't boiling, instead of boiling, no. It's rather going to be like, we cook it like we cook banku. Right. So you cut everything into pieces and you give it a good wash, and then we'll blend everything together. The cassava is quite hard. It's harder than the plantain, right? So the cassava can be smaller. You can even grate it, right? And the plantain is not that, hard. It's a bit on the soft side. So I cut that one into much bigger chunks, and then we're going to blend it. So what I did, I used my Ninja to crush it, and then I used the other blender to make it smoother because fufu has to be smooth. And pay fufu ababa. But with this, it doesn't get ababa. Never. There are no lumps in this fufu. It's really, really good, and you will love it. What I'm going to encourage you to do is when you're following this recipe, what I'm asking you is to just trust the process. You will think that this thing is not happening. So this is where I poured it into the other blender. So I'm showing you, see, it's not very smooth. I turned it into the other blender to make it smoother. That's what I'm doing now. So I'm going to give it a good blend. When it's very, very, I'll show you how smooth this will become because we want our fufu to be smooth. When I used the Ninja, you realize I didn't add any water. But when I transferred it into this blender, I added just a little bit of water, what I used to wash the Ninja jug, right, to give it this consistency. So you can see how smooth this is. I've just turned it into my saucepan, and we have added a bit of water because I needed to wash that jug as well. So this is all the thickness that you need. It shouldn't be any looser than this. If anything, it should be thicker than what you see now. Okay, so as I was saying before, trust the process. Don't think this is going wrong. The fufu will look looser, will look softer. Like you see, it's like, oh, this is not how fufu is supposed to be, right? But just trust the process. Trust the process I'm showing you, right? So you're just going to cook it like you cook your normal banku, and then you see me testing to see if it's nice. So I wanted this to cook through, so I added a bit of water for it to help steam, and then the inside or the middle or the whatever will be nice and cooked. Fufu has to bene, and the fufu has bene, right? So ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, right? So as you can see, I've turned the whole fufu into a big bowl of water, cold water that is. Why? Because back home in Ghana, we don't eat hot fufu. Enye kunkunte, eye fufu, right? So to get that effect, I need to cool it down. And then, you see, I dress it up in the apotoyua because mini will draw. I don't have mortar and pestle. And I said, mortar and pestle. So kind of pestle, kind of pronunciation. And you're one in town. That is Ghanaian. That is our pronunciation. You can't take that away from us. Right. So you can see that the fufu is all messed up, right? But then we're going to use the ayuwa or the asanka or the earthenware bowl to what? To dress it up. So just as we do our fufu, the last bit of the fufu pounding, the way the bosun kakran or dane. Yes, and then look at nice and beautiful fufu. And as you are doing this, like, oh, Charlie, this fufu is so good. Like, I'm a trusty. That's why I said trust the process. Don't think that you've messed it. It's not messed up. Perfect fufu. And as I said earlier, you can make it thicker if you like fufu on the hard side. But mimi ye kapimni. So fufu di I soft. Obi wo hon ma fufu di hard fufu. I say dinga eche ansana anangwo. It takes longer for it to melt in the stomach, so they want fufu hard. But me, I like it soft, right? I want it to melt quickly so that I'll eat something else. Okay, so that is it done. Simple, fair, and I must say. So yeah, that is it all done for you. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one with this delicious light soup. Bye.